Solitude Ski Resort offers a challenging slice of Utah's Wasatch Mountains to explore. Spanning 1,200 acres with half dedicated to advanced and expert riding, the steep glades and natural canyon bowls are a real inbounds thrill. The resort is family-friendly though, and provides beginner and intermediate groomers in a laid-back atmosphere. With some fresh snow on the ground, we are excited to explore Solitude.
Chilling out on the Summit Express lift, heading to the summit. We can access so much of the coolest terrain here at the resort. Not many people on the slopes out here at Solitude, but so much snow and so much powder.
Solitude Ski Resort in Utah is located an hour drive from Salt Lake City Airport, 12 miles up Big Cottonwood Canyon. On a weekend powder day, expect to be stuck in traffic for 3 hours, so leave early and check UDOT for road status and conditions.
Solitude has two base areas. The first is Moonbeam, which has the larger main parking lot. The base includes lift tickets, rentals, and the beginner learning area. There's a main lodge, Waffle House, and pub. The Link lift provides access to the other base area, Solitude Village. There you'll find a smaller parking lot, lodging, and a few restaurants. Near the lifts is the Last Chance Lodge as well.
Solitude has beginner terrain under Link and Moonbeam Express chairs. Intermediate riders will enjoy Sunrise, Apex, and Eagle, then progress to advanced terrain on Powderhorn. Summit Express whisks riders to the very top to access the advanced terrain of Headwall and Evergreen on the left side. Honeycomb Canyon is on the right side with Hike 2 or Traverse access to expert chutes. Additional extreme Hike 2 terrain exists on the backside of Fantasy Ridge, Highway to Heaven, and Evergreen Peak. Also access the Solbright Trail to connect to neighboring Brighton Ski Resort.
From Moonbeam, beginners have a few groomers to practice turns on the way to the base or over to Solitude Village. Unfortunately, there are no other green beginner runs around the resort for families of multiple levels to explore together. However, some of the intermediate trails from Apex, Eagle, and Sunrise allow for an easy progression for beginners wanting to test out blue groomers. From Apex, riders can access all the other lifts around the front side of the resort. The groomers were well maintained and signage made it easy to navigate around.
Eagle Express has a little of everything: long intermediate groomers, moguls, glades, and steeps. Eagle was the first detachable quad in Utah and has an open ceiling so you can see all the working parts as you get on and off the lift. On the far skiers left of Eagle is Challenger Run. This is the steepest groomer in all of Utah. The whole run isn't steep though, and even beginners with solid turning will enjoy weaving down Sunshine Bowl.
The last lift in this area of the resort is Powderhorn. The runs get more advanced with moguls, trees, and natural features. There are access gates at the top for those seeking expert terrain. After exploring Powderhorn Peak, a good place to stop for lunch is Roundhouse. Here you can soak up a central view of the resort, as well as eat curry bowls and warm up in the sun.
So far we've covered less than half of the mountain. The rest of the resort is accessed by Summit Express to more of the adventurous terrain. There are groomed runs below the lift, so intermediate riders can explore from the top as well. Most of the terrain at the top is accessed by hiking the ridges or traversing, which can be more difficult for snowboarders. To the right off the lift is Honeycomb Canyon. Traversing along the right side of the canyon is Eagle Ridge, the Black Forest, and other chutes. We ended up hiking the ridge, then dropping down into the canyon with views across to Black Bess and Honeycomb Peaks. The snow was awesome, but the run was relatively short to the floor of the canyon.
Traversing around the other side of Honeycomb Canyon provides longer riding through the glades and natural features. The traverse was hard to stay high as a snowboarder, but instead of being pushed down one run to the bottom of the canyon, we could hug the side of the canyon most of the way around. Boot packing is required to really explore the chutes higher up. The run out is rated expert as there are bumps and hazards along the way. We thought it was a fun run though. There is a return lift or the option to ride all the way down to Eagle Express. Getting back to the top of the canyon requires 2 lifts, so it's hard to do laps here. Adding in time to traverse or boot pack means you can spend a lot of time in the canyon and not take very many runs.
Boot packing is the way to earn the powder shots. Fantasy Ridge chutes are the extreme terrain on the backside of Summit Express. Unfortunately, they were closed given the conditions that day, and you shouldn't drop in without avalanche safety gear. We opted for Evergreen Peak Boot Pack. There were some knife-edge exposure sections, but we made it to the top unscathed. It provided nice views of Brighton, which connects to Solitude on the Solbright Trail.
I'm not breathing hard from the hiking, I'm breathing hard from the terror.
At the top of Evergreen, we rode down the ridge to Dead Tree. It was hard to figure out where we were in this area, and we ended up in some very steep terrain after hitting some nice powder. Even the powder stash, views, and limited foot traffic, Evergreen was worth the hiking effort. Even after one day of riding, there was still plenty of terrain to explore at Solitude.
Snowboard Traveler. We just hit Solitude, and we'll see you at the next mountain.